Okay, so you're either in your final year of psychology or you're already a graduate. Now, while many psychology graduates will go on to further study in order to specialise in their particular chosen area, you might just be thinking, I want to get out in the world of work. I want to go and get a job, get paid, but ideally I want it to be somewhat related to my degree, to psychology. Well, in this video, I'm going to give you 5 popular, common jobs that psychology graduates go into. But if you are a student looking to get into psychology, then I've just done a video on the top 5 requirements for you to study psychology at university. It'll be linked somewhere down here, but let's get into the video. So teaching assistants is my first one, and I imagine straight away you're thinking, well, that's a whole different area to psychology, isn't it? I mean, that's education, that's teaching. Well, teachers assistants can get really bogged down in individual students, and what teacher assistants can do is specialise in certain areas that help children, such as autism or other special educational needs, dyspraxia, dyslexia, and you can help with a whole host of learning difficulties that relate to psychology. Things like learning and development is such a big area of psychology. Now, it could be quite difficult to get straight into a specialised teaching assistant role, so be prepared just to apply for some general teacher assistant roles to get you started. And an interesting side note is if you ever wanted to get into teaching psychology, maybe at like a college for A-level, or you're at university, being a teaching assistant can be a stepping stone towards that. So the next job is healthcare assistants. Now, healthcare assistants can either work in hospitals or within the community, and it involves just helping people with their health or medical needs. And I think psychology would probably most fit into the mental health aspects of this, helping people with certain mental health conditions, whether that's helping them with the likes of medicine or behavioural management, or just helping them with their everyday life. As a side note, healthcare assistants can often have the benefits of working on bank. What that means is you can work sort of set hours that you choose, which means this can go very well with further studies if you wanted to. Now, support worker is not to be confused with healthcare worker, although it can be somewhat similar. A support worker is helping more with everyday living, everyday life, and it can mean children as well as adults, individuals as well as families. It can be people with learning difficulties, people with mental health, or people with social anxieties or social issues. Your job will mainly consist in ensuring that they can live very happy and independent lives as much as possible. Now, psychology assistant is exactly how it sounds. You'll be assisting real-life psychologists, such as an educational psychologist, an occupationist psychologist. And the benefit of this is that it can really help you if you wanted to get into that kind of role. It can give you some real life experience in the world of psychology, help you with further studies, but it's also a role within itself that you might just be happy with. What I will say is it can be quite competitive, and it might help that you have some experience, some real life work experience in other roles before you apply for this one, but it's certainly possible for you to get it if you want it. Lastly, it's a psychology research assistant. Again, exactly what it sounds like. You'll be helping fully fledged researchers in the area of psychology. Now, this is going to be very competitive because the kind of people they favour is people who are on research master degrees, research PhDs, doctorates. And they also favour people who have an interest in the area that they're researching. So really for this role, you're going to be needing to have a real interest in the further academic research side of psychology. Now, it could be that you're interested in working for a university as a researcher and a lecturer in the future, in which case this is the role for you. But what you need to do ideally is make a short list of lecturers who are working in the area that you are interested in, and then contacting them about possible roles. Now, they're my sort of 5 top popular jobs that psychology graduates seem to go into. There's a couple of points I want to lead off. Firstly, you might be noticing that a lot of them are not particularly high pay, and there's something I want to say about that. Firstly, psychology degree typically is very general, and it's a lot of theory work, and there's a lot of studies and exams, but there's not always real life application, i.e. you don't always learn skills that can be applied to the real work settings. Not always, you can learn a bit, but not always a lot. And because it's quite general, you haven't specialised in a particular area. So what you can't really be doing is demanding particular specialist roles in psychology. And with that, you can't be demanding particular salaries or pay rises or anything like that. What you really need to do is go and get yourself some experience. And what you will find with some research is that a lot of psychologists, research psychologists, lecturers, all kinds of people in this area will have done jobs that I've mentioned, such as teacher assistants, mental health workers, support workers, those kind of jobs before they got into the roles that they're in now. But that's it for my top 5 jobs for psychology graduates. If you've missed any, if you've got any questions, just leave them down below. As I said, if you're a psychology student, I have just done a video on the top 5 requirements for studying psychology at university. If you're interested in me covering any other subjects, whether it's the requirements to study uni or the kind of jobs you can go into, link them down below. I will be doing more videos on this series. If you're new to this channel, want to know a little bit more about me, my life, I've just started a family vlog called The Budget Baby, which is going to be about me and my wife's journey as parents on tight budget financially. So I hope to see you add one of my videos. Drop a like if you got value out of this video. It does help a lot, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.